So you can. It did work. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful people. Good day to you. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Just want to continue what we are doing here, which is daily reading. And we're going through the book Think and Grow Rich, or Black Choice. We're going through some daily reading, Think and Grow Rich, or Black Choice. And this is just our public offering, our contribution to help others and help us all to get our minds right, to fight back daily. How many of you guys know it's a fight? It's a fight to keep your spirit and your mind right. It's a fight. And so one thing that I found in my life in order to be able to fight is to begin my day with some good positive, some good quality literature, what I consider to be good food for thought. Garbage in, garbage out. Many of us are putting garbage into our soul, into our mind. But if we put good stuff in, then we'll get good stuff out as well. And so this is New Black Wall Street Book Club. Just giving you guys an opportunity to like and share. As you guys are connecting, go ahead and hit that like button, that share button, let people know that we're here. We will do the same. And right now we're just going to do a little bit of this sharing so that people know that we are here. So we appreciate all that are here early this morning and ready to rock and roll and ready to find out what the good old book has to say for us today. 1 second here. So give me just a second, and then we'll get the show right on the road. Thank you, Robert, to Black Choice. How you guys have been enjoying this journey into this book, man? Been getting some good stuff out of it. Of course, we do have a book club that you can join. Just go to theblackbillionairesclub.com and choose to join us on our journey with the book club. So 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, we want to do this. Yep, there we go. And I got one other place we're going to go and get this thing on the road, guys. So thanks so much for your patience. And as we get this thing ready to a broadcast. How you guys doing this morning, man? Thanks so much for joining. While you guys are joining, go ahead and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state you're connecting from. I always love to know just how far our reach is as we broadcast across the wonderful internet. I do want to let you guys know also we do have a new podcast available. So I'm just so pleased about it. We are now on 7 different platforms. I'll let you guys know about that in just a second. But right now, man, it's time to get this show on the road. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You know what time it is, man. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. We all just come together. There's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. It's where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Reading Rainbow 2.0. And again, we are now on podcast, guys. We are on podcast. So excited about that. Want to let you guys know exactly where you can find us, the New Black Wall Street Book Club. You just look for this across your different platforms. You'll be able to find us on podcast now, audio version. Man, we are excited about that. Of course, we may have some people that are listening to us on podcast right now, but I do want to let all of our social media fans know exactly where you can find us. So we're on 7 different platforms, and those platforms are Anchor, Google, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Stitcher right now. Still waiting on the approval for Apple, but you can find us. You can find our podcast, New Black Wall Street Book Club, or NBWS Book Club, on all those different platforms. So we're excited about that. Now we're going through the book Think and Grow Rich, or Black Choice. We're now into chapter 3, which is desire, the starting point of all achievement. Go and put in console desire. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. And today's episode is brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar. They're the sponsor for today, ERGJ Black Bazaar. That's www.ergjblackbazaar. And they do have journals available for you guys. This one here is the Phenomenal Women Journal. The Phenomenal Women Journal. You can pick this up by going to the website and checking out the bookstore. And inside of the bookstore, you'll see the journals. This one here is $15, by the way. But you can pick up your African-American journals for your year to be able to capture your ideas and make sure you get that stuff out of your head, all of your plans, all of your ideas, all of your goals out of your head onto paper, and you can write the vision down and you can make it clear. Go ahead and visit www.ergjblackbazaar.com, www.ergjblackbazaar.com. Now, today in our reading, man, we are going to continue along in Chapter 3 of Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, written by Mr. Dennis Kimbro. It's a guide to success for Black Americans. It's a Black Enterprise said that this book should be a required reading for all African Americans truly committed to the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. So obviously it's saying, hey, for those that are committed to success, this is a book that you should read. And so we pick up here. Yesterday we talked about fueling desire, how to stay motivated all the time on our previous episode. And then also we talked a little bit about fear. Today our first topic is a worthy destination. Let's read. It's almost impossible to pick up a newspaper without reading of someone who has achieved great success. Almost invariably, these profiles include the overcoming of what at one time appeared to be virtually insurmountable odds. For example, the boy whose legs were terribly burned or who seemed destined to face life as a cripple becomes one of the world's outstanding runners. The poor, fatherless child who amasses a fortune, the youth with a disabling speech impediment and poor self-image who becomes one of the nation's most prolific public speakers. Every day, a new and dramatic story appears. This is the same tale of obstacles, overcome, and outstanding success achieved. But how are these feats accomplished? These individuals are faced with great barriers and seemingly are blessed with few resources. Nevertheless, I like that right there. Nevertheless, they overcome their obstacles and rise above their difficulties. Nevertheless, they overcome their obstacles and rise above their difficulties. I want you to think of someone that you know or that you have read about right now that has overcome difficulties and risen above, overcome obstacles and risen above difficulties. Why don't you go ahead and put that name in the comments below? I just want you to think about somebody you know, you've read about, that has overcome obstacles and risen above, beyond their difficulties. And I want you to understand, again, and we do this every day, if they can do it, you can do it. When I came to the realization, guys, that I am my own worst enemy, that the only thing that's stopping me is me, and I began to take personal responsibility for the course and the destination of my life, that's when things began to change for me. When I stopped blaming everything else, when I stopped blaming the system, the government, Whitey, whoever, and I started beginning to take personal responsibility, like Oprah Winfrey continues to tell us, take personal responsibility, that's when things began to change for me. Now you're looking at a brother who, just a little country boy, has got a pretty big network and runs 2 different companies. It's over time, but it all started when I began to take personal responsibility and I realized that I could overcome my obstacles. I can rise above my difficulties. I want you to know that you can too. I don't know what you're facing, but I know that you can overcome it. I don't know what has knocked you down, but I know that you can get up. How did they do it? But it's more than a matter of how. You must ask the question, why did they do it? It fully understood the answer will bring you the riches you desire. Simply put, they had a goal. That is, they had fixed in their minds a point they had to reach. Something that was more important, far more important than the effort and time that had to be expended. A dream seen only in the mind and felt only in the heart that was too big to be denied. A dream that appeared before their eyes when they awakened in the morning was glued to their lips as they dropped off to sleep at night. This grand vision, this surging dynamic that is invisible to all the world except the person who holds it, is responsible for every great advance of mankind. It is the cause of everything we see in the world around us. Every manifestation in the world is a dream come true. Everybody put in comments, little dream. A dream come true. It is a goal reached. It is the skyscraper, the bridge spanning the river, a shuttle to outer space. It is the little corner grocery store. It is the lovely home in the suburbs. It is the young man or woman receiving a diploma, a mother holding a baby in her arms, a golf handicap, a job promotion come true, you name it. A dream come true. Do you know what it means to you and me? Well, once the point is understood, life becomes easier, more fun, far more exciting, and incalculably more rewarding. Let me explain. Before we get into his explanation, Mr. Dennis Kimbro, who wrote this book that we're going through, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, what's your dream? What is it that you go to bed at night thinking about, and you wake up in the morning ready to go after, ready to bring to reality? What is it that sticks with you that just gives you an extra boost because you know what you're going after, you know what you are trying to accomplish? What's your dream? Do you believe in your dream? Do you believe? See, in another book that I was reading, The Alchemist, there was a brother who said, I wish that my dream only remains a dream. In other words, it's great to fantasize about it, but I don't really want to go and accomplish it. It's great for me to have it as a dream. So there's some people who dream and it's like, man, that was a good dream. Man, that's lovely. There's other people who dream and say, man, I got to have that. I can't wait till that is fulfilled. It might be deferred, right? A dream deferred, but I cannot wait until it's fulfilled. And so every day I'm going to go after, I'm going to chase my dream. So Instagram said, millionaire status is my dream, but I know it'll take work. Well, at least you got some realization that you know it's going to take a little effort. I like the word effort more than work. I like that word effort more than work. Because sometimes at work, we look at that as labor intensive. No, it's going to take some effort. Why do I say effort more than work? Because a lot of the effort has to do in the mentality. It has to do with my ability to strategize and then execute. Effort. Now I must ask, if that's the dream that you have, how much energy and effort are you putting towards that dream every day? How are you measuring your progress towards that status? What is it that you are providing, or what service or product are you providing that even gives you the ability or gives you a chance to get to that status? Right? Because as a millionaire, this is what I'm gonna teach later on. Matter of fact, that today I'm gonna teach about money. It just really requires that we solve a big enough problem that'll serve enough people, and then we'll get to whatever status we want to get to. I solve a big enough problem that serves enough people, and I will get to whatever status monetarily that I want to be at. And so I teach people that, hey, you don't have to think about necessarily the number, right? That's obviously the target. We really have to think about the service that we render. Are we rendering a service that solves a problem big enough that'll serve enough people? And then another way, I'm glad you mentioned millionaire, by the way, because there's a lot of ways to think about millionaire. some of us, we think about millionaire, we think about, man, getting one check, that's $1 million. Like, yes, that's one way to it. Another way to it is to be able to serve 1 million people and get $1 from every person. That's another way to it. So there's a lot of different ways to get to that status, right? But it is called, I like to call it a breakdown. I want you to take some time and break down your million, right? I want you to take some time and break it down. How many people you need to serve, you plan to serve at what cost for the services rendered for you to get to that million, right? Now, also, one other thing is, not only do you get there, but you don't get there by yourself. So I want you to think about all the people that you're going to help become thousandaires as you become a millionaire. Because you're not going to get there by yourself. In 2019, you need a dream, you need a team, and you need multiple streams. That's right, man. Everybody put that down. So dream, team, and multiple streams in 2019. Got a dream. Got to build that team. Can't do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself. You'll already be there. And multiple streams. Different streams coming into your storehouse to get you to the status that you want to be at. All right? We're going to do this at 2 o'clock. I really didn't want to. I really didn't plan to go there today, right now, but we're going to go there at 2 o'clock today. I did a teaching yesterday to a public place. I'm gonna do it today for our live audience to teach on money and how to make the money that you want to make this year and beyond. So let me explain. In order to fully understand this idea, you must realize what lies at the very core of achievement. One of his most comprehensive definitions of success was offered by radio announcer and worldly philosopher Earl Nightingale. More than 20 years ago, Nightingale stated that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If you think about it for a moment, you'll realize just how perfect his definition is. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So first we have the worthy ideal, the dream. And as we make progress to the fulfillment or the realization of that dream or worthy ideal, that is success. So success is tied to progress. Everybody putting down so progress. Success is tied to progress. See, days that I don't make progress, I don't really feel like it was a very successful day. It's like I didn't do nothing today. I didn't get nothing done today. I mean, I just laid in the bed all day. I got some rest. I probably overslept, but I don't feel like I made much progress towards my worthy ideal, which I understand is going to require some effort. And I didn't make any effort today towards accomplishing my dream, towards bringing my dream to reality. So today I don't feel much success. But then there are other days that you make extreme progress. Oh, I landed a new contract. Oh, I contacted 50 people. Oh, I put my plan together. Oh, I know the next steps. Oh, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that, all towards the realization of mine, not somebody else's, of mine. Everybody put comments on mine, I like that, of my worthy ideal, of my dream. That's important. Because some people are living other people's dreams. Some people are simply building other people's dreams. And they find themselves not having time to build their own. Uh-oh. It must be early in the morning I'm talking like this. Let me say that many of us are building other people's dreams and never have taken the time to invest into building our own. My. What does this mean? It means that any person engaged in achieving anything he or she considers a worthy ideal is successful. At the same time, it means that anyone not so engaged must be moving toward the opposite of success, failure. Anyone possessing a dream in his heart, which he or she has established as a worthy goal, and who is moving toward the attainment of that dream, is successful. It has nothing to do with money necessarily, unless that happens to be the goal. And each of us must decide for himself or herself what our goal is. Some of you that are watching right now, it's now 13 days into the new year, and you still have not determined your own goal, what you want to accomplish, what your worthy ideal. And I'm trying to tell you, it's very difficult for anyone to help you to get to where you want to go if you don't know where you want to go. Now, the good part is you got people that can help pull that out of you, help you to realize that, help you to determine that. That's what I kind of do. That's where I come in at, to be able to help you to figure it out, because it's already in you. But again, life, distractions, children, all these different things, they chew and eat up our time. And then we find at the end of the day, we don't have time. We don't make time for ourselves. Don't shut me down because I'm preaching good. Success is a person who says, I'm going to become this, and works towards that goal. A success is a school teacher who's teaching school because that's what he or she wanted to do. A success is a woman who is a wife and mother because she wanted to become a wife and mother and is doing a good job of it. A success is the man who operates the corner gas station store because that is his dream. That's what he wanted to do. A success is a successful salesperson who wanted to become a top-notch salesman and grow and build with his or her organization. A success is anyone who has a deliberately predetermined goal because that's what he decided upon deliberately. With such a simple and clear definition as this, you might think that everyone is successful. Well, everyone should be. Unfortunately, however, it has been estimated that only 5% are. Now, I want to tell you, before I started reading some of these good quality books, I really didn't have a good understanding of what success was or what success is. And I was talking to a friend just the other day. I said, we weren't taught, we weren't really taught this stuff. We were taught how to help other people become successful, i.e. the job. Now, there's nothing wrong with the job if that's what you deliberately wanted to do. And I think we have a nurse here, and you deliberately wanted to become a nurse because that's the place that's the difference, that's the service you wanted to render. Nothing wrong with that. Some people just became a nurse because that's just something to do. I'm not doing nothing else. I think I can make some money there. Let me become a nurse. It's not something I care about. It's not something I deliberately wanted to do. I'm just doing it. Right? So I had a conversation where I said, man, we simply were not taught these things. I mean, think about this. As an African American, as you were reading this book, doesn't it make you question, why wasn't this a required reading in elementary school? Now, some of us may say there's a reason for that. There's a reason why some of the greatest books on the planet that everybody, that consensus, agrees, there's some great books. Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Some of the greatest books that you and I would probably agree are from the greatest books on the planet were not required reading. Think about that. That bothers me. Because I understand that children or our next generation are probably not going to have that required reading either unless we require it as parents. And we won't require it as parents unless we have been exposed to and have read some of this great literature that's available unto us, which is why we have this book club. To ensure that those who are serious and committed to success, the progressive realization of their worthy ideal, is exposed to the great literature so they can then expose their youth to the great literature. When we study all of these successful people in this world, there's one thing that I found that's very common. They all read. They all attribute their success to the books they have read, not the TV that they've watched. The billionaires, the millionaires of this world, the people that run top-notch nonprofit organizations. Just think about the people that's in your field and who are the best at what they do. They all attribute it to reading and study. There's times I want to nurse on my own now, though, not others anymore. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got the skills to pay the bills, honey. You got them skills. Now it's just a matter of the structure that you place around it and the execution of that dream. It won't take you very long to be on your own. I don't know what kind of energy and that you and your family, your husband and all that stuff are working on. It's not going to take you very long at all. Because you know exactly what you want to do. Well, you know, I don't know if you know exactly what you want to do, but you have, I think you pretty much know exactly I believe you know exactly what you want to do. The top 5%. Again, we're going through the book. What Black Enterprise suggests is required reading for all African Americans who are truly committed. Now notice that it's interesting how they put that, right? All who are truly committed, which tells us that all aren't truly committed. 95% are not committed to the pursuit of happiness. 95% are not committed to achievement. 95% are not committed to realizing their dream. But I'm so glad that I'm connected to the 5% who are. 5% who wake up in the morning, get going and get started. Or maybe you didn't wake up in the morning. Maybe you still up from last night. It don't matter. We still here. Top 5%. To further his argument, Nightingale also developed what he called the top 5% theory, which was equally as insightful. In practical terms, his theory is more fact than conjecture. Nightingale explains, if you approach 100 men and women of equal education, of equal skills, equal background at age 25, and ask if they would like to be wealthy, or they want to be rich, or they want to be a millionaire in the field of their choice, you'll notice a sparkle in their eyes, an eagerness towards life, and a keenness in their manner, for they would truly wish to be rich. Now project these same individuals 40 years into the future, allowing for time and growth and experience and opportunity. At the end of those 40 years, with a chance to be great in the field of their choice, with the chance to be in the richest nation on the face of the earth, only one will be rich. 4 will be financially independent, 30 will be dead, and 65 will be forced to rely on any number of government programs in order to survive the remaining years of their lives. Think for a moment of those whom you pass on the street, no matter how large or small the city, no matter its location, and regardless of the race or creed of its inhabitants, only 5 out of 100 people will achieve their financial goals. Only 5%. And what are the other 95%? Unfortunately, they just drift along, hoping and wishing that something positive will turn up, or at least that nothing negative will. These are able-bodied men and women who've allowed the winds of circumstance to blow them in any direction. In other words, they never took control of their lives. They lived their life on a hope and a prayer, a wish and a want, but never putting forth the plan, the strategy, and the effort. In other words, they never took control. Everybody put in the console, take control. How many of you, as you think about what we're reading right now, you're thinking about some people who you notice it's like, man, you got all the potential in the world. You got great ideas. You got energy. You know, you got your health. But you simply have never taken control. You never got serious about it. And then you drifted away, and now it's 20 years later, and you are in the same position. You're the same person. You haven't grown and developed. I want you to understand that in order to acquire or to get or to be that which you wish, you got to become somebody new. And when I say somebody new, I'm saying you must get better. You must evolve. You must learn more. Why, in the land of plenty, is there such a disheartening ending to so many lives? What has happened to the sparkle in their eyes and their eagerness towards life? What became of their hopes, their dreams, and their plans? Rollo May, the distinguished psychiatrist and author of Man's Search for Himself, explains the psychological origin of this question. May regretfully says man simply conforms. Many people feel they are powerless to do anything effective with their lives. It takes courage. Everybody put in console courage. It takes courage to break out of the settled mode. But most find conformity more comfortable. This is why the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it's conformity. One thing that you must put aside in order to fulfill your destiny is conformity. Stop settling for less. It's another way to say that. Conformity, settling. We all conform in hundreds of ways. Even those of us who feel we have traveled on our own separate paths, we have lived more or less as free and independent spirits, are conformists to some extent. But you must realize the ways in which you should not conform. You should not lead your life according to the dictates and mandates of others. Conforming to the whims and standards of others is insidious and dangerous. There is a human tendency, no doubt, acquired and strengthened in childhood, to believe that whatever people in significant numbers are doing must be correct, or so many would not be doing it. Think about that for a second. There is a human tendency to believe that whatever people in significant numbers are doing, it must be correct, or so many would not be doing it. I'm telling you, once I figured this out, that what most people are doing is not correct. And really, if I just did the opposite, especially when it comes to investing, oh, they doing that, I need to do, all of them are doing that, I need to do this. So I don't be like them. So I can walk away from the 95% who are doing what the other 94% are doing, and it's wrong. We live in a society in which popularity is confused with superiority or excellence. For example, the most popular consumer brands are not necessarily the best consumer brands. American-made cars and clothing are heavily advertised and therefore are most popular. But the truth of the matter is the great majority of people seldom enjoy the best of anything. Clothes, cars, cuisine, or lifestyle. The best is never the most popular. The best is never the most popular. You must find your own unique pathway in this world. The masses or the majority never do. Until you set the tone for your existence, you will follow others who are in turn following you. As you continue your trek to greatness, you must remember this. If you do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing, you'll probably avoid one of life's most costly mistakes. If you simply do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing, you'll probably avoid one of life's most costly mistakes. Man, now this is something to chew on. Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. Yeah, we just picked up on the top 5% and a worthy destination. And I hope that you have set for yourself what your goal is or your goals are. I hope that you've taken the time to get that journal and write that stuff down. I hope that you're taking your dreams seriously. Most people won't realize their dreams because they settle, they conform, they don't take it serious, they listen to everybody else. When are you going to start listening to yourself? When I say yourself, your heart, the good side, your good conscience. When are you going to start listening to your good conscience? The one that we continue to doubt over and over again. We doubt ourselves too much when the master teacher is on the inside of us. Well, guys, this is New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. Reading Rainbow 2.0. And we got plenty of opportunity for you to join us, to walk away. Everybody put it also walk away. To walk away from the 95%. See, 95% of the people will not join, or we won't even watch a broadcast like this. It's not entertaining enough for them. It doesn't have them laughing enough. It makes them think. 95% of people do not want to think. You got an opportunity to connect with like-minded people who are unlike the 95%. That is the Black Billionaires Club. Something that you're saying, hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to connect with my brothers and sisters, my brethren, who are not like everybody else, who are concerned about my success and want to hold me accountable to achieving my greatness. We'll go to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com and join the club today. We do have a personal development session, a business building session, right? Strategy, process, planning it out. Well, you have an opportunity to join us as well. This is our public offering. This is my service unto you, to show you some of the things that I have read that has helped me to walk away, to leave the land of employee to become an employer or an entrepreneur. And I'm just sharing with you a little bit out of my journey, and I would like to share more of it with you as well. We also do have financial literacy embedded into our club, which we'll be learning about money, how to make more of it, and what to do with it. Again, all it takes is for you to make a decision to join the club today. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share with us what your takeaway is today. What is it that you learned? What's really got you thinking? What is it saying, man, I'm going to put some more energy into that thought? What seed has been implanted in your heart today? Why do we ask this? Well, we want to know what difference we made for you today. You know, was this worth your time and why? Was this worth your time and why? We don't take your time for granted. You can't get it back. We want to make sure that you took something away today. Go ahead and share that in the comments below. While you're doing that, guys, just want to make sure again that you are aware that today's episode is sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar. You can pick up your journals, right, to be able to capture your ideas, to write down your plans, to get them out of your head, get them onto paper so you can execute. Go to www.ergjblackbazaar.com. www.ergjblackbazaar.com. If you are an author, if you've written a book, and you feel like your book will be good for this show, make sure you inbox us. If you're a business and you want sponsorship through this show, you want me to use my mouth to promote what you do, inbox us and let us know. We can talk about those opportunities as well. Again, this New Black Wall Street Book Club, what Black folk do read. Reading Rainbow 2.0. And I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. Man, I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you as you journey along and as you put together your master plan. And we are here to support you. Until next time, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
New black. It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now you ain't gotta leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah.